Religion is like a belonging to a group, a way of life, a way of thinking, a different perception, you understand? Christianity, we believe in Christ. Christ died for us on the cross, a big sacrifice, you understand? That's the kind of believing that they have, which gives them structure and gives them meaning, and it feeds into the whole story of the shepherd and the sheep. You remain a sheep all your life, and you don't take accountability of your life. So yes, I am in a situation I find myself in now, not because God is punishing me, but because I made a decision. I made a choice to drink that alcohol. I made a choice to jump in the car when I'm under influence of alcohol. So why would you blame God for something that you already chose to do? Why would you say something like, where was God when I needed God? When you decided to make the decision against your own well-being that endangered your own life and other people's lives. Now, when you are more spiritual, you understand that every choice that I make means I'm accountable. I'm accountable of drinking that alcohol. I'm accountable of jumping in that car under influence of alcohol. I'm not a victim. I've made a decision, and because of cause and effect, and what we call karma, what you put out is what you're gonna get. So when I jump in this car now under influence of alcohol, I know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna blame nobody else. Now, spirituality is about accountability. Religion is about, no, I'm under a certain God. I'm under a certain deity. I'm subject to this deity and this God, and I need to tread very lightly, and make sure I make the proper decisions, or else I'm going to be punished. See the difference? Not taking accountability and throwing away your own sovereignty and your own authority of your life. So spirituality is about you being more disciplined, because it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to be focused on your life. It's your responsibility to do what you need to do to get what you want in life. You are not praying to a God or a deity outside of you, because you know that you are divine within. You are part of nature. You're part of the universe. You are created in the image of God. So how can you be lesser than God? If your father is a lion, will you not be a lion? If your father is a powerful king, well, will you not be a powerful king when you are grown up, because you're coming from that energy? You're coming from an energy of power. Why disempower yourself when you're coming from an energy of power? In a Christian Bible, the reason I'm even talking about Christianity so much is that 85% of people in the world, 8 billion of us, are Christian focused, or have a Christian belief, or a Christian indoctrination, basically, right? When you're indoctrinated in something, you don't believe in anything else besides that thing. You are stuck in it. You understand? Nobody can tell you anything, even if it makes sense, but doesn't make sense to you, because you purely believe in what you were taught. You believe in your spirit, in your religion so much that you won't question it. And if you hear about somebody else's religious practice, like for example Hinduism or even Buddhism, you say, okay, that is demonic. Everything outside of your belief becomes demonic. Now you are so indoctrinated that you cannot think from outside this perception that was fed to you, because there's no child who was born and said, okay, children, you decide, do you want to become a Christian, or do you want to become a Islamic person, or do you will become a Jew? We're not asked that question. We grow up fed our family culture, our family religion. However, we have the gift of choice, and when we become adults, when you decide, now I'm an adult, I'm now deciding if I can make a choice to get up every morning and go to a job and work for the whole month and add value to organization, I have the authority then too to choose what I believe in, to follow a certain spiritual practice or a certain religious practice that suits me. And I should not be pushed by my culture or my family or background. I should be given that freedom, because I'm a sovereign being. Your sovereignty, you have to claim it. You claim your belief, you claim it. Nobody forces you to believe something that doesn't gel with you, that does not align with who you are. Maybe in the past, when you were younger, religion, Christianity, Islam, the Hinduism work for you and you align to it. But as you grow up, you start asking questions, meaning that now your higher self is activating an expansion and you need to now either follow suit and engage in the expansion, or you just go back down, lie down and feel and live into your family culture or family spirituality or family religion. You have the choice to make your own life choices. Nobody's forcing us. So if you want to make a change in life, it's about you deciding, I need this change. I am now aligning myself to it. I'm opening myself to the specific change. Don't allow your society to keep you quiet. Don't allow your family to keep you in something you don't want to practice anymore. That's what true evolution is. True ownership and sovereignty. Being your own person, you decide, okay, well, now I'm trying this, or I'm sticking in where I am. I'm sticking where I am and I'm following with my family culture or spirituality. There's nothing wrong with that. See, here in the game of life, there's no right or wrong decision. Your decision will just determine the outcomes of your life. Your decisions on how you practice, the religion you practice, the spiritual practice that you start to practice, right? That's your own decisions. And no sovereign person who's an adult, because I believe that every person who's an adult is a sovereign being. So, but most people don't want to be sovereign. They don't want to own themselves. They want to be under something else. They're afraid to be adults and make that choice. Now, as I said, that when you make that choice, right, to try something different, to learn something different, you don't have to now practice it and submit to it. You can learn about Buddhism and get an understanding. Okay, Buddhism is about this, it's about that, finding the middle path. It's about being open and oneness. It's about celebrating yourself and life. It's about being kind to others. Buddhism is actually foundational, seeped in peace. And again, there's different sects of Buddhism. Buddhism is not just one thing, just like Christianity, just like Islam, it's evolved. It's evolved. There's different sects of Buddhism. One's linked to Hinduism with more Hinduism type of practices, and then others that he linked to other spiritual practices. You understand? Every religion is not just straightforward. There's always something offshoots, as we call it. If you go to Christianity, the first church it ever was, as we know, Roman Catholic Church. Then from there came other offshoots. These offshoots took the basics from Roman Catholic Church practices, and they started now adding their own, we call it expansion, learning something new, trying something new. Human beings that forever have been trying new things and expanding and creating new types of ways of living. And that's perfect. We're supposed to expand. There's no right and wrong. Okay? But there's boundaries. The laws of nature don't